Hello, and welcome back to the TV Cast, the show we talk about streaming series and TV series we don't care about spoiling them. My name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister, trusted co-host Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello! And today we are talking about the second episode of the Max limited series, The Penguin. Episode 2 called Inside Man. Yeah. It's a continuation of the story of Oswald Cobblepot and his attempt to take over the city. Whatever.
Yeah. And all the shenanigans.
And the shenanigans.
That.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Little recap. First episode. Good.
Yeah.
Not terribly interesting though.
Nope.
We were kind of like, are we going to continue? We're like, yeah, because it's a limited show. We can deal with 8 episodes or whatever it is. Yeah. So now, second episode. The plot didn't really thicken much. It's
it pointed in a direction for once.
Yeah, sure.
Or a little bit more, I think. But I don't know.
This is the same though complaint I have whenever we talk about a show nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
It's treading water. The entire episode is okay. So Penguin Oswald is, he's setting up this deal with the Maroney family. To kind of, work both sides, so to speak.
Yes.
Showing his, because, he feels like he's not being appreciated by the Falcones, so maybe he'll try his luck with the Maronis. But ultimately, he wants to take over for himself. It's Yojimbo. This is what it is. It's for a few dollars more, I should say. Yeah.
Yes.
There were some, of course, Sophia, Alfredo's sister, crazy sister, suspected him in the first episode. Kind of dealt with that. She's still a little wary of him. Like, I don't know. So, he throws off the scent again.
Twice, I think?
Twice, sort of, yeah. There is some more, roundabout life lessons for Victor. His car stealing
protege.
Yeah, exactly. And now that it's clear that Sophia is not going to be the one running the family, they brought in her uncle, whatever his name was, Luca.
Yeah.
He of course needs to align himself with Sophia in order to be there when she takes over the family. But of course, she is still, like we said, a little suspicious of him. So the entire hour is just him, once again, going to his mom, going to the funeral for Alfredo, throwing off the scent again. Starting off the episode saying like, hey, Sophia, they treat you like dog shit because they don't trust you because you're crazy. I want to be on your side. And she's like, I don't trust you. And then the whole point is for him to like, no, because we're both outcasts, me because of my, physical stuff. They never trusted me,
which he used in the first episode as well.
Yeah, and you because you're crazy. So we're in the same boat. We can help each other. And the conversation should have been about 10 minutes of good dialogue going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then her saying, "You're right. Let's do this." Yeah. Instead, they drag it out for an hour. An hour of good dialogue, terrific acting, a little, fun action, I suppose.
That was a long workup.
Yeah, but ultimately it leads to her saying, yeah, you're right. Like, God, yes!
Yeah. This episode literally goes nowhere. It starts off just before the funeral and it ends at the funeral.
And they reached
nowhere.
They reached the conclusion we knew they would.
Yeah.
From the very very first scene of the episode. Like,
but I can promise you that they will backtrack on that conclusion early on in the next episode as well. She'll have some reason to distrust him all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Or suspect him again, or whatever. Like, something is, because it's not going to be that easy.
I don't know. They only have 6 more episodes, so they gotta move. They gotta move, though. It's both very meandering and both like, we gotta move along now.
Yeah. But I feel like they wasted this entire episode doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I don't know.
This could have been one scene of the episode.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more complex the story can get in 6 episodes. How much more intrigue and plot they can have when it really feels like they want it to be character-driven. It's sort of like they want it to be this real HBO drama, because they still have the HBO logo and everything.
Yeah.
And like we said, there's a lot of, Sopranos influence. I saw a couple of, maybe this was just me in analyze mode. Like I saw some visual references to The Godfather and even Evil Dead, maybe. When they're burying the bodies, there's the rickety cross made by twigs in the foreground, leaning over, and the headlights lighting up the entire scene as they're digging a grave. That is straight up Evil Dead when he's burying the bodies.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
that might just be a little bit of an Easter egg or something.
Sure, yeah, but so it's so strange because this show is simultaneously very well made. I mean, this episode, even more than the last one, Colin Farrell is amazing as Oswald Cobblepot. He's so good. And the writing is good. It feels like real heavy, adult stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like this is a fucking cartoon.
Yeah. I got the feeling like they wrote a movie script and then someone went, well, you can make it into a miniseries. You have to stretch this out to 8 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were like, okay, so we'll add going up and down the stairs here.
Yeah.
We'll add stupid little details there. I don't know, the fixing of the beret and the little girl's hair, or the little whispers about her when she steps into the memorial service, whatever. Yeah,
this was more Sophia focused than the first episode.
That was good.
Sure,
I want to know more about her. She's an interesting character.
Yeah, which is of course classic TV show stuff. Like we gotta expand the character.
Yeah,
sure, but I want.
But I'm not sure what they're
going.
I'm not sure what they were going for with this episode, really, except for actually putting their little what's it called, co-working thing together here.
Yeah, collaboration, conspiracy, whatever. Yeah,
which they started in episode 1. So I'm like, this should this should have been just the beginning of the episode, and then we should have gotten to them actually starting, plotting or something at least.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Doing something more. Yeah. Not just agreeing to okay. I mean, even the little failure with Victor and him not being able to plant the diamonds or whatever, they still managed to use that to their advantage. So, which they kind of glossed over.
Yeah, it's like, oh, then I had to do it. I had to plant it.
Yeah, and it just showed off a clip of him going, diamonds.
So then, and once
Why
again,
spend so much time on him lurking around the service? And then glossing over the fact that Victor failed completely and they solved it some other way.
I don't know. Well, yeah, to drag it out.
Yeah, focus more on Victor's little failure then. That was a little bit more interesting than watching Oswald going around the house. And watching Sophia going around the house.
Yeah. I think
a bunch of people dressed in black.
Yeah. I think I said it in the first episode. And I'll say it again. This show should have Victor as the main character.
Yes, we said that.
It should be told from his perspective.
Yeah,
but instead it's
because that would
Oswald.
also allow for a more like exposition, since he's obviously new to this.
Yeah.
Would allow for more good exposition.
And he, for the audience, he would be an easier character to relate to, because he's more of an every guy, you know. He's not a gangster or a crazy serial killer, as she is. Which is also, I wonder how, because obviously, maybe they're not, maybe, it is more complex than that, but it feels like they're trying to make the audience sympathize with Sophia.
Yeah.
But now that we know that she hanged 7 women, I'm like, oh, okay, but they're hinting at some trauma. That's why she did it. But I'm like, I don't know if I can sympathize with someone who murdered 7 people to the point where people are protesting.
That's what we said about Oz as well in the first episode. It's really weird to paint the bad guy as the victim here in this entire show, really.
Yeah.
Because ultimately we know that they're bad guys.
Yeah.
No matter which way you try and look at this, he is the Penguin. We've seen him in enough Batman content to know that he is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like you can't change that.
And what
by making him a poor cripple and having a demented mother. Demented? Yeah. That's not the word. Dementia mother?
She seems to be suffering from some sort of dementia or something.
Yeah.
She's old.
But he lies about her, saying that she's dead. So.
Yeah, it was also weird. Like, why does he do that? Is that so? Is he hiding her in that house?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what this is.
Partially because he doesn't want people to know he has a weakness. Obviously, might be that he's a little bit embarrassed about her. I don't know.
But then once again, that's the classic. Like, that was a little hint that he's lying about his mother. Why is he lying about his mother? They're drip feeding us this information so they can drag it out for 8 episodes. It's like,
we really shouldn't watch TV shows.
I know. That's why
we come to this conclusion like all the time whenever we try.
That's why we're gonna do that episode. We haven't done it yet, but we're in the process of doing it. Why I like more episodic television. Why I want to talk about Star Trek.
Yes,
you know, because every episode is its own little story. Every episode of Star Trek has the same, characters, and maybe not the same complexity, but complexity. And every episode is its own contained thing. Here, it's 8 episodes, and I have to wait 8 weeks to reach the same conclusion I can do in an hour with Star Trek.
Yeah.
Like, come on! Move!
I'm honestly not inclined to watch episode 3. I don't care enough. I might just watch it to have it in the background, because I need sound when I'm working.
Yeah.
But I don't care enough to actually sit down and record another episode about it.
No.
I'm sorry.
Once again, it's not bad. It's just not that interesting.
This kind of, much like we said with True Detective.
Yeah.
Much like we've said with Last of Us. They're so well produced. I don't understand why you don't just take all that money, take all the storylines and the inspiration and all that, just put it into a movie instead.
And condense it to 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Tops. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know why.
Yeah, I know why.
It's to keep subscribers to their streaming service. That's why.
Then just take the idea of it and expand it even more and make it like a Monster of the Week, Star Trek-esque show then. Yeah. Have something more episodical.
Yeah. But then I
feel like that would work too. We don't have those kind of shows anymore.
I know. No, because now the audience expects that there's this big mystery that they will eventually find out.
You could have that a little bit.
If the mystery is solved in the first episode, then it's like, why should I watch the next one? Well, because it's going to be another mystery, another fun story.
A TV show that actually kind of did that well, even though it went absolutely insane for the last half of I think it was 12 seasons. Supernatural.
Yeah, they had Monster of the Week, but
because they sprinkled in the Monster of the Week.
But they had arcs.
They have this
season-long
this
arcs.
arc.
Yeah, that's fine.
and the seasonal arcs matched up to each other, and they continued, but they, developed it, and they went a little bit silly sometimes, and then they went a bit serious sometimes.
Yeah. But each episode was its own story also.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what TV should be. It's little mini movies.
Yeah. If you wanted to understand the overarching thing, just watch the little what's it called? The preview thing before.
Yeah.
Last episode recap. That's the word.
Yeah, and then you
were caught up. You didn't need the rest.
Yeah. That is a problem with TV nowadays. It's become, because there was this whole thing when HBO really started like spending money on their shows, which kind of started with Sopranos. Like we're gonna make, as they call it now, prestige television, where it's basically a movie. They put so much money into it. I mean, The Acolyte cost $160 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. Like they spend movie amounts of money on a TV show to make it look good and have sets and stars and everything,
Which they succeed with, because it does look really good.
Yeah,
and there are really good stars, and everything is really good except for the runtime and then
the writing.
The writing eventually.
Yeah.
Which is just based on the fact that they have to drag it out for 8 hours.
They have to make the audience come back for more.
Which is kind of weird, because everyone subscribes to these streaming channels either way.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anyone canceling their streaming service because, I couldn't find a show I wanted to watch at the moment.
Yeah.
No, they're just going to keep it there in the background, and then eventually they'll stumble upon another commercial somewhere going like, watch this new Max show, and they're just going to go, oh, I still have that, and go and watch it.
Yeah. No, it's this, it's this guise of like, we're making real art here, but it's still just, you're still just holding out the little cookie, like, come back for next week. Yeah, it's the curse of what TV has become. It tried to be movies, and now that it has to like be movies, but for 8 hours, which means they have to drag everything out. When really it should be 8 small movies instead of one 8-hour movie. That's a problem. I haven't looked at any numbers. I'm sure it's doing fine, but like, I am not like you said, I am not interested at all to continue watching. It's a problem with Rings of Power. I heard the same thing. Like people are tuning out because like why should we keep watching? What's the point? Like,
first of all, we know what happens eventually.
Yeah,
because,
that too.
this
Yeah,
is prequel.
But like you're stringing us along for 8 episodes. Oh, now a second season, so you're going to string us along for 8 more episodes. That's what happened with. I actually heard that. I watched some video about this, the death of prestige television. Why House of the Dragon season 2 was only 8 episodes when the first season was 10 episodes.
Oh right.
Because the producers literally said like, you're gonna have to cut 2 episodes. Because first of all, you're not gonna get the same amount of money, and we gotta move along basically. So cut the 2 episodes. And you gotta tell your season story in 8 episodes. And like, okay.
Because it wasn't that long since season 2 ended, right? And then the Penguin started.
A few months, yeah.
And I think approximately when the Penguin ends, we're gonna have either Bene Gesserit or The Last of Us season 2.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when 2025 Last of Us season 2 comes out, so I'm guessing Bene Gesserit comes first.
That's supposed to come this year, right?
Yeah, or early 2025. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So like it's like they want to finish one show so they can leave tops like 1 month and then release a new one for 8 episodes, 8 weeks or whatever. Yeah, so it should be around December. Bene Gesserit. Yeah, that makes sense.
Keep that content train chugging along.
Yeah.
Because that's all. We just need more. We can't ever stop the content from flowing. The content must flow.
We're a little bit hypocritical saying that, though.
We are?
Yeah, I mean, we keep doing shit like this.
What do you mean? What?
Like
Our podcast every week?
No, but like we all consume content.
Yeah.
And TV shows are content in a sense. They've always been that.
Sure. Yeah.
Even like Days of Our Lives was content.
That is the definition of content.
Yeah. So I mean, even this then is content, and we need to move along. So we shouldn't complain too much. It's a shame that they're wasting this talent and money on something that is actually good, but they're ruining it by making it a TV show instead of a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard anyone talk about the Penguin. That's the thing.
Yeah. I even saw, oh no, what's his name? Moist Critical. He had a video of just
Charlie Penguins.
Yeah,
whatever.
like 30 minutes or so ago. Like, is there even anything good to watch at the moment? I didn't watch it, I didn't have time, but he does these clips from his streams that 10-15 minutes. Which basically, is there anything to watch? No, most likely not. Because his thumbnails are always
just a stretch out picture, yeah.
Yeah, but it's always like the title is always what he actually means.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't beat around the bush and
he doesn't have to anymore.
No.
Ooh, there's a new Nosferatu trailer. Speaking of content.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
Yeah. I'm really excited for that movie. But that's not the Penguin.
No.
So maybe we should just call it for this episode and I don't know.
Oh, you want to end it already? Hold on. I just want to see if anyone is of course all the review channels have made episode 2 breakdown.
A breakdown, yeah, but there's nothing to break down. They literally walk in circles until they agree to work together, and that's it.
Yeah.
He successfully fooled her. Woo! And she fell for it because she's vulnerable. Because she misses her brother, and her therapist, played by Theo Rossi, might be...
Who was he? I recognized him. What's he from? What's he been in?
I recognize him too. Did we watch Army of the Dead? We did, didn't we?
Oh, he's in that?
Yeah, he's Bert Cummings.
Yeah.
I think I recognize him from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, that might be it.
Juan Carlos Juice Ortiz.
Okay.
Because I do, like, when I said Juice, I was like, yeah, that's him. I know who that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably where I recognize him, at least.
There's not that much content on YouTube about episode 2. I guess it just came out, but I mean, it's a show, so everyone want to release their thoughts on it immediately. But
usually.
Yeah. Also, I saw, just like with True Detective Season 4, HBO has an official The Penguin podcast, which comes out like one day or something after the show episode.
The episode airs.
Yeah. And, I mean, yeah, they didn't really do any advertising for it, so maybe that's why. But the first episode of the Penguin official podcast on the HBO channel, with almost
on
YouTube, with almost 3 million subscribers, has 28,000 views. No, I don't know if that many people are watching. You know? And I want to say, like, it's a shame because it's such a well-made show, but I'm like, I can see why.
Yeah.
Why would people care?
No.
This is pointless. It hurts me to say it because it's so well made. It's weird. You shouldn't say that about something like this, but it feels derivative. Like, what is the point of watching this? We know he's going to be probably some sort of like main bad guy in Batman 2, which is coming.
Right, yeah.
It's coming next year.
This little what do we call it? We called it a miniseries.
Yeah.
It's going to end with him outsmarting the Salvatoris and the Maronis.
Yeah, and
and become Kingpin.
Kingpin, exactly, yeah. And he's gonna be the Falcone of the first movie. Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna open up this new iceberg lounge or whatever you called it, Iceberg.
Iceberg lounge.
I still some of those words are just toddler to me. They're not mafia. They're toddler.
That's another thing. It really feels like he is in another show than every other character. Because every other character is, very just regular people in regular clothes. Sophia is a little bit
she's a little bit weird.
Yeah. But everyone else, they're Italian, hey, the Falcones, the Maronis, boopy. But they all just talk normal, and then it's him with all the scars and his limp, and he looks like a comic book villain, and he's talking like this, hey, you will do, you will do. He's not in the same show as them. It's so weird. It's like
it is the Penguin show, so.
Yeah, sure. But then all characters should be slightly exaggerated. Like
slightly comical.
Exactly. You're making it
or
is
comic book.
It's like I'm sure that isn't it, but or maybe it is. Like are they embarrassed that they're making a comic book spin-off TV show?
I hope the hell not.
Yeah, because then why are you doing this?
Exactly.
Is it that cynical that people like Colin Farrell in the movie, so we'll make some money off of a TV show starring him as the Penguin? I don't know.
Honestly, if he's gonna, because I didn't even consider the fact that there's gonna be another Batman movie. Why didn't you just leave it? Just let the movie speak for itself. I'm hoping they're not gonna be like, since that happened in the show.
No, they're not gonna do that.
Because then
I'm pretty sure they're not gonna do that. This is not Marvel.
I'll cancel my Max subscription then. Actually,
yeah.
Actively cancel it.
Because I'm
sorry, everyone who's using my account, but I will.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not. I'm sorry, no one's using my account. We're not supposed to do that.
Of course not. I have my own account. Our parents have their own accounts. They have each
my
separate accounts.
Family has their
absolutely.
Own. Yeah,
Of
course.
We're paying 10 subscriptions in our close circle of family. Absolutely.
At least.
I have 2 accounts. Of course.
For different screens,
yes.
Computer, TV, phone.
What do you think I am? A pirate? No.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Anyway, I don't have much more to say. We what we did? We dragged this out for 27 minutes.
Yes, we did.
It's an enigma. Hey, like the Riddler.
Yes.
This is both.
Hey, they mentioned him. I kind of want more of him though, but I don't know.
I don't think they're gonna get Paul Dano. No. This is, like we said, this is simultaneously really well made. I'm kind of interested, but then it's also fucking boring, and I'm not interested at all.
Yeah.
So, you know what? We'll watch the 3rd episode. We'll talk about it, and after that, we know if we want to continue or not.
Okay.
Like we did with The Last of Us. Like,
yeah.
Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? And then we kind of gave up.
I had 3 episodes left, or 4, I think, when I checked it this morning.
Yeah. We talked about that. I did finish it, but I told you don't have to.
No,
you don't really have to.
But now that I know that they're making a season 2, I'm like, should I?
I'm not gonna.
And I watched like one and a half episodes. Like, God damn, this is boring.
Yeah. I'm not gonna watch season 2.
Spoiler: I cut off in the middle of the 7th episode where Ellie meets up with her friend, and they're in this like correctional center or whatever, and she shows her the mall with the fireworkers of the mall. The
Left Behind DLC episode. Literally,
yes,
that's what it is.
Literally, yeah.
It's a DLC from the first game.
I don't understand where that comes in at all in the storyline, but sure.
It's backstory for her, which we already had. But they had to flesh it out. And also show that she's actually lesbian, so it's very progressive. Like, who cares? What does it matter?
That's what they're getting to in that episode, right? They're gonna, like, kiss in the end?
Yes. Oh, you haven't played it?
I didn't finish it. I saw half of it.
the video game. It was a DLC.
Yeah, I know what happens in the DLC.
It's the same.
But I'm like, are they actually doing it in the show?
Yeah, it's literally the same.
Okay, God.
That's probably the most faithful episode of the show when it comes to the video game.
Still boring as hell.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't get to play it. That's the whole problem with that show. Anyway, yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Half an hour. We're done. Tune in for next week, which will probably be the last Penguin episode we do. Then we can move on to Star Trek and Avatar, maybe.
Yes.
But hey. If you want us to keep talking about it, if you want to torture us, subscribe. Tell us in the comments, like, hey, motherfucker, you gotta keep watching. Or else I'll leave a nasty comment.
Or if you actually want to force us to do it, join our Patreon.
Yeah.
Because they decide.
If you leave a comment there, say, you need to watch episode 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. We'll do it because you're paying for it. Yeah.
Yep.
So
that's the rules.
Patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. But if you don't, next week's probably the last.
Yep.
But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for listening. We'll be back next week. But until then, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.